Okay, real talk. What are the odds a novel nailed the Titanic disaster 14 years early? I'm Riley Rush, and today on Crazy Top 10, we're blasting through 10 true coincidences that feel fake. Here's the secret. Coincidences are just patterns our brains love to spot in a messy, random world. Stat folks like Percy Diaconis remind us that with billions of events every day, even one in a billion stuff happens. A lot. That's the law of truly large numbers. Big world, many rolls of the dice, wild stories guaranteed. I've chased tornadoes and interviewed skeptics, and I've learned this. The universe isn't winking at you, it's just rolling dice very fast. Our brains, they're pattern hungry. That's apophenia. And we remember the hits, forget the misses. Hello, confirmation bias and the Baader Meinhof, I see it everywhere now effect. So here's the game. I'll drop the crazy, then give you quick, simple odds or context. You decide if it's fate or just math flexing. Ready? Because number 10 starts with a ship that never existed, until it kind of did. Stick around to the end. Number 1 is lightning level ridiculous. Let's count it down. Number 10, a book predicts a disaster. In 1898, Morgan Robertson's novella Futility or the Wreck of the Titan described an enormous, unsinkable liner named Titan that hits an iceberg in April in the North Atlantic, doesn't have enough lifeboats and sinks. 14 years later, RMS Titanic, unsinkable, does the same in April 1912. The parallels are spooky, right? Size, speed, route, lifeboats, it's a lot. So, prophecy? More like informed imagination. Robertson knew about shipbuilding trends. Bigger, faster liners, and ice in April is a known risk. Out of millions of books, one lined up shockingly well with a future event. The odds for any single author? Tiny. The odds that some book somewhere aligns with something someday? Pretty decent when the library is huge. Source check, Smithsonian and Titanic historians back the parallels. It's real, not an internet myth. Takeaway, sometimes fiction wins the coincidence lottery. And yes, it sets the bar high, because number 9 brings a comet and a punchline. Number 9. Mark Twain basically called his exit. He was born in 1835 when Halley's Comet was in the sky, and he joked he'd go out with it. In April 1910, as Halley's Comet returned, Twain died. It lands like a mic drop prophecy. What are the odds? Halley swings by roughly every 75 to 76 years. For someone born during a past to also die near the next one, not common, but among millions of people in that window, a few match. Twain's line made it famous. This is selection at work. We remember the one dazzling hit. Biographies and Comet records confirm it. I love the drama, but it's randomness wearing a top hat. Still, if I ever time my exit with a meteor shower, please roll the credits. Up next, 2 founding fathers who checked out on the same exact day. Number 8, July 4th, 1826, the 50th birthday of the Declaration of Independence. On that day, Thomas Jefferson dies. Hours later, John Adams dies too, reportedly saying Jefferson survives, not knowing Jefferson had already passed. This is U.S. history's most poetic double fade-out. Odds talk. 2 elderly men, both in declining health, could pass in the same season. The exact same landmark date? That's the surprise. But across centuries and billions of lifespans, poetic timing happens. It just so happens these 2 were best known for the very document celebrated that day, so it became legend, verified by presidential records. It's not a myth, it's a perfect calendar coincidence. And it proves our theme: rare doesn't mean impossible. Ready for another presidential rabbit hole? Let's talk Lincoln and Kennedy, and what's real versus internet fluff. Number 7, the famous Lincoln-Kennedy parallels. You've heard some. Elected in 1860 and 1960, both assassinated on a Friday, both succeeded by a Johnson. John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald. 3 names, you get the vibe. Here's the truth filter. Some parallels are real. Election years and the Johnson successors check out. Others are exaggerated or flat out wrong, like secretaries warning them or the idea that their assassins had the same birth dates. Snopes and history sites have receipts. Why it sticks? Our brains love tidy mirrors. If you list enough facts about any 2 presidents, you'll find rhymes. That's cherry-picking 101. Still, as coincidences go, the real overlaps are neat. Myth busted, but not fully busted. Next, we go personal, a twin tale that makes my jaw drop every time. Number 6, separated at birth, synchronized by chance. In 1940, identical twin boys in Ohio were adopted by different families. Both named their son James. Decades later, they meet and discover both married women named Linda, divorced, then married Betty's, had sons named James Allen, and worked similar jobs. The Jim twins story hit Life magazine, and it's been studied since. Is that destiny? Genetics can explain shared tastes, sure, but spouses' names and kids' middle names. That's pure coincidence piling on. Official odds are hard to pin, but among millions of name combos and life choices, some pairs will stack like this. We just don't hear from the thousands of twins with boringly different lives. It's a real documented case. Eerie? Absolutely. Supernatural? Nah. Speaking of lightning-fast luck, how about beating the lottery again and again, on purpose? Number 5. A man beat the lottery 14 times. Stefan Mandel, a Romanian-Australian economist, engineered syndicates, calculated when jackpot pots rolled over, and bought enough tickets to cover huge slices of number space. He didn't predict numbers. He exploited math and loopholes. Newspapers from The Guardian to the AP covered it. Odds breakdown: a single ticket is hopeless. But if you buy massive combinations when the payout exceeds the cost, the expected value flips. It's rare and now heavily regulated, but back then, it worked. So no, don't go maxing your credit card. That's not the lesson. The lesson is probability can be gamed when rules allow it. And sometimes the house forgets to lock a window. Next, the house is the sky, and it's throwing bolts. Number 4. Roy Sullivan, a U.S. park ranger, was struck by lightning 7 separate times and survived them all. Guinness World Records level. 7. As a former storm chaser, I felt a ghost chill reading his file. How can that happen? Lightning targets tall, exposed places. Rangers spend years outdoors in storms. The chance of any one person getting struck in a lifetime is low, but spread that chance over millions who work outside for decades, and extreme outliers appear. It's the someone somewhere effect. Guinness and news reports confirm each strike. This isn't folklore. If randomness had a favorite chew toy, it was Roy's hat. Next up, a classic brain bender you can test at a party. Number 3, the birthday paradox. In a room of just 23 people, there's about a 50-50 chance to share a birthday. Sounds wrong, but it's true. I've hosted trivia nights where we tested it, and boom, match in under a minute. The trick: you're not matching to a specific birthday, you're checking any pair among many pairs. With 23 people, there are 253 possible pairings. That's a lot of chances for a collision. This isn't a single coincidence story, but it explains so many of them. Our intuition for probability is not great. Number file style math videos and textbooks back this. It's the friendliest way to see why weird overlaps happen all the time. Next, a double take in the sky. 2 crashes, 1 man. Number 2, meet Violet Jessup, the unsinkable stewardess and nurse. She survived the RMS Olympic collision in 1911, the Titanic sinking in 1912, and the Britannic sinking in 1916. 3 sister ships, 3 disasters, 1 survivor. Odds talk. Sailing often during wartime and on major liners increased her exposure to risk, but surviving all 3? Wild. Still, with thousands of crew across many voyages, extreme personal streaks do occur. Her memoir and maritime records confirm it. If the universe had a punch card, Violet earned the free coffee. Which brings us to number 1, the king of impossible-feeling coincidence math. Number 1, the big idea that powers all 10, call it the law of truly large numbers. With enough events, even the craziest patterns will show up. Think of the world like a giant casino. Billions of people, billions of trials every single day. Someone will write the Titan. Someone will time their life with a comet. Someone will get struck 7 times. Psychologists like Tomas Gilovich warn we see meaning in noise. The Financial Times summed it up well. Coincidences feel deep, but they're natural in a chance-driven world. Once you accept that, they're still magical, just not mystical. So next time your song comes on right after you think of it, smile and thank the math. Quick question: what's the weirdest coincidence you've ever lived through? Because I want to read it. Stranger than fiction, but all true and all powered by probability. I'm Riley Rush, and this is Crazy Top 10, where we turn no way into, yep, here's how. If you love this ride, tap like and tell me your wildest coincidence in the comments. Did 2 random people in your class share the exact birthday? Did you bump into a friend in another country? I want the receipts. And hey, follow for more quick, brain-tingling lists and bite-sized deep dives. We've got storms, mysteries, rare cars, and history that slaps. At Crazy Top 10, we don't just count things, we connect them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next countdown.